Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. So, just had my shake. I have my pre-workout shake, and sorry. Anyway, hey, totally digress. But I'm standing out there in the patio, and I get to enjoy the moon. I get to see the moon. I'm kind of watching what's out there. Guess what flies right in front of me? A bat. Folks, there's bats out here. Are you kidding me? Now, I face a lemon grove, and I have seen all kinds of stuff, right? I've seen all kinds of stuff. But a bat, I never thought I'd see. But I posted one the other, I think about 2-3 weeks ago. There was one right above my next door. Right. Hi, Shadi Fajun. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So yeah, I saw one just about 2-3 weeks ago, right above the door. But then there's like one right in front of me. Like I saw one fly right in front of me. So anyway, I digress. I thought I'd share that with you. I never thought I'd see that. I see a bat in like Tustin, Orange County. But yeah. So anyway. Let's get into it tonight. So how many of you guys have heard of the goose that laid the golden egg? Excuse me. You've probably heard of the story. Maybe 18 different ways of the story, but you've heard of the story. But how many of you have actually seen a goose that lays a golden egg? Think about that. Isn't that crazy to actually see a goose that lays a golden egg? I have seen that, and I'm actually gonna bet that you have too. I'm gonna share with you why. Now, some of you may have not heard of this story, so I'm gonna tell you this story. A farmer and his wife get a hold of a goose. I'm gonna shorten the story, okay? They get a hold of a goose, and these guys are poor. So they take her the goose, and in the morning when they go see what's going on, they actually see that the goose has laid an egg. When they pick up the egg is an actual golden egg. So the man rushes back home to his wife and says, "Look, the goose laid a golden egg." Well, the wife says, "That can't be right. That doesn't even make any sense." So, you know what? It's just a fluke. So the next day, sure enough, the guy runs in the barn and sees, sure enough, the goose has laid another golden egg. Rushes back home, tells his wife, "Look, this is the second day in a row. This goose lays golden eggs." So it's enough to have them live well for the day. Get enough food, get enough groceries, and actually have a decent life and not be poor, right? Well, day after day, this goose lays one golden egg a day. Well, one day the wife says to the man, "You know what? I bet you we could get more out of the goose by just getting just one egg, you know." So the man says, "What are you saying?" Well, she kind of explains it to him, and he buys it. He decides to go with her plan. So the next day, when he goes to pick up the golden egg, he picks up the golden egg, and according to his wife's advice, He takes a knife and he cuts open the goose. He cuts open the goose, and by his surprise, there are no more eggs in the belly of the goose. The man rushes back home and tells his wife, "Look what you've done. Look what you have made me do. Now we're back to being poor again. There was no more eggs or golden eggs in the belly of the goose. She just laid one egg a day." So, moral of this story, there's so many different ways you can do a takeaway, right? I'll give you a couple of different ways. Before I do that, I feel like there's something stuck in my teeth. Maybe TMI. Before I do that, though, I mentioned to you that, you know what, you probably have seen a golden goose. A golden goose. A goose that lays a golden egg. And I have too. And you're probably thinking, what the heck is he talking about, right? Well, the moral of this story is, well, a couple things. One is that greed will kill you. Greed will destroy you. If you're greedy, right? Now there's a big difference between being greedy and wanting more, right? Because to strive to achieve more, that's a different way of greed. Greed is you not doing a single thing about it, but envying somebody else's abundance, or you're not doing anything about it, right? You're not doing anything to grow abundance yourself, right? So there's a big difference between greed and wanting to achieve more, right? Well, first of all, the thing is, greed will destroy your wealth. Greed will destroy your wealth. Think about it. You thinking by opening up the belly of the goose, you're going to get more eggs out of her. You open up and by your surprise, there's nothing else there because just lays one egg at a day, one egg at a time, right? So that's greed. Thinking, oh, I'm going to get more. I'm going to make more. That's greed. Not thinking right? But the other side of it is that not being able to recognize the long lasting of this gift. I think that's a major point, because see, that's when greed will kick in, because at one point you're like, well, yeah, this is great, but then I want more, right? That's when the greed kicks in. But not seeing that long term, right? Not being patient and just being regular with it, right? Rushing into it. Greed will kill you. Greed will kill your wealth. But the other thing is, a goose that lays a golden egg. The way I interpret that and the way I see that is this. That's like an opportunity. That's like an opportunity for you or I to get out of poverty, let's say. Maybe that's an opportunity that you want to grab hold on to and take very good care of. See, not knowing that a goose that lays a golden egg, it only does that one egg at a day, not knowing that will kill the wealth, right? Not recognizing that opportunity will not continue to give you wealth. Not recognizing that, hey, this is not a regular goose. This little goose actually lays golden eggs. This is like a very special one, right? So not being able to recognize that could be very costly, really, really costly. And how many times in our lives we've missed opportunities, we've missed a goose that could possibly lay a golden egg just because we don't recognize it. We just say, oh, you know what, this is just a regular goose. And not believing that an actual goose could maybe lay a golden egg. Which means, hey, an opportunity actually exists. Right? See, I was talking to a friend of mine just a couple of days ago, and I was telling him, I said, you know what? Opportunity doesn't just come up to you, knock on your door with a little box from Amazon with a bow on it that says opportunity, open now. It doesn't come out like that. It's just, you know, it may be a goose on the outside, but you don't know that goose could potentially lay a golden egg for you day after day after day after day, until you decide to take it home, care for it, attend to it every day. Just like a business, just like a side business, just like a relationship, just like anything else. Anything else. You got to recognize it. Well, take a chance with it and take care of it, right? So it's an interesting story because I think it's just an interesting story because I've heard this story over and over and over again in so many different ways. And I've had a few interpretations, but my major takeaways, one is that greed will kill your wealth. Greed. Number two is that you not knowing what you have, the opportunity you have at your hand, you not recognizing that could be extremely costly. Could cost the rest of your life, the comfort of yours and your family and those around you, right? Not recognizing that, not recognizing what you have could also cost your wealth, right? So hopefully you got some love, some inspiration, some value. Maybe you can drop down your takeaways and your thoughts about the story, and I'd love to hear from you. So drop your thoughts below, let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys, and until tomorrow when we do it all over again, much love.